Yeah, we look at it here for Hammonton. You mentioned Kenny Smith, 221 carries last season, nearly 1,700 yards, had 21 touchdowns on the ground, including 2 as well, given 23 total. He had 2 receiving last year. Hammonton had quite the season in 2022. They were the South Jersey Group 4 runner-ups. They lost to the eventual state champion Millville, 9-3 last year for Hammonton, but they come into 2023 as number 5 in the Press Atlantic State's Elite 11. Head coach Jim Razzo, 50-36, now into his 9th season at the helm of the Blue Devils. On the flip side is St. John Vianney head coach Jeff Papcon is 5-5 in his head coaching career, only his 2nd season. St. John Vianney made the playoffs last year, but lost to a South Jersey Power in St. Augustine Prep in the non-public A playoffs. So both these teams looking to get back to the postseason, but Hammonton, Steve, at least from our perspective here in South Jersey in the Cape Atlantic area, Hammonton looking like they could possibly win a state title this year in Group 4.
Yeah, we want to keep an eye on Kristen Medina, the big 6'3", 235-pound, one of the key offensive linemen who's really done a good job giving Kenny Smith a lot of room to operate, and he will definitely be someone that we're going to keep. He wears number 58, and 6'3", 235, a junior in high school, very good size, very athletic. I'm interested to see if they use him in traps and pulls and things of that nature. Yeah,
if there's one thing I know about Hammonton, Steve, is that those offensive and defensive linemen are some of the biggest here in South Jersey in this portion of the West Jersey Football League. So we're getting set to get underway in just a few moments. You see Hammonton right there down in the all-blue uniforms, white trim, of course, the white helmets. A little Michigan style for the the Blue Devils, and a lot of Delaware. I think might be a little bit jealous of those helmets as well.
Yeah.
And, of course, across the way, St. John Vianney in the all-white uniforms today, the yellow helmets with the black trim as well. So both teams made their way to the sideline, officials standing at midfield as we're getting ready for game number 2 at Battle at the Beach. Of course, coming up later today at approximately 4 o'clock, we have Millville against Toms River North. As we just mentioned before, Millville, the defending state Group 4 champions, and Toms River North, the defending Group 5 champions. They'll take each other on in game number 3. Mike Frankel and Mark Narducci will have the call on that one in Ocean City and Pleasantville later tonight at 7 o'clock to conclude day number 1.
Yeah, and Millville and Toms River both being defending state champions. Sometimes you think attrition, graduation, and now these two teams are loaded. They might be better than they were last year, Nick. They got some transfers. They got some young, the junior wide receiver is just fantastic for Millville, and I think it's going to be one heck of a ball game, as you said, to two of the best teams in the state.
Yeah, no doubt. So they could both definitely be back in the state title race. And, of course, we saw last season in 2022, New Jersey introduced the state title game, finally getting past the regional bowl games, which essentially gave you 2 state champions. But now that New Jersey kind of goes the distance at this point in the postseason. But Hammonton, one of those teams looking to win a state title. Of course, they might see Mainland in the playoffs. Of course, they'll play each other later this regular season as well. Mainland just won the previous game this morning over Washington Township, 26-7. That's another state Group 4 contender, St. John Vianney in the non-public A group, and they will kick things off to begin this afternoon's contest. Michael McCormack lining up to kick it away as Hammonton will get the ball first.
Yeah, just briefly on Mainland, I thought Mainland was a little sloppy early, but I tell you, they have a stable of running backs, Nick, and they are going to really be tough. They just keep churning them in there, and they really did a nice job offensively controlling the clock and had some big plays.
Isaiah Moore is to the near side of the field, back deep to return for Mainland. Kenny Smith, the star running back, on the far side. They're the deep men as McCormack gets the run-up, and we are underway. Game 2, Battle of the Beach here on Cape Atlantic Live, and it's going to be Moore as the return man. He'll take it up across the 15, the 20. He's got a seam. He gets hit hard down near the 30-yard line. Big hit delivered there from the St. John Vianney Special Teams unit. Danny Rocco Sosa delivering the first big blow of the afternoon.
Yeah, he's one of their big linebackers, one of the best defensive players, and he laid the wood to right there. No full momentum after that tackle.
Gotta love football being back here. Not September yet, but the season has begun. Mainland on offense first. It's 1st and 10 right at the 30-yard line. It's Craig in the shotgun. He's got Smith to his right. He'll send a man in motion. Craig, the handoff goes to Smith, left side, finding a small crease across the 35-yard line. He's close to a first down. Good pickup there for the junior running back. Second and short coming up.
Yeah, Hammonton went unbalanced that time to the right side, then went back weak side with Smith across the formation. He makes, he's what all good running backs do. He puts his foot in the ground, makes that one cut, and runs north and south. He runs through a couple tackles and ends up making 9 yards on first down.
Be 2nd and 1 for the Blue Devils. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line. Craig goes to the shotgun once again. Smith there'll be a heavy dose of him this afternoon. That's Ethan Peterson in motion from left to right. Smith gets the carry. Right side, cutting back towards the middle. Looks like he has enough for a first down, tackled by a host of Lancer defenders as Hammonton moves the sticks.
Yeah, very good pursuit that time. And Miles Bird Rice, one of the big defensive linemen we talked about for St. John Vianney, did a real nice job of coming down the line and making that a minimal gain, even though we did get the first down.
We do have a working scoreboard, knock on wood, out on the field. That had some issues, of course, back in the first game. But 1st and 10 now for Hammonton. Ball spotted at the 42-yard line, getting close to midfield are the Blue Devils. Peterson now in the backfield with Drew Craig, the junior quarterback, transfer from Williamstown. See Smith going in motion to the far side of the field. Craig will hand it off on the counter. This is Kenny Smith. And doesn't get much, maybe a yard.
A nice job that time stringing that out by the defense for St. John Vianney, number 20, Abdul Torre. The defensive back, Nick, came up and a real nice tackle along the sideline.
It'll be 2nd and 9 now for the Blue Devils.
What's the over-under number of passes Hammonton's going to throw today?
I want to know the number on carries for Smith today.
Oh, it's got to be 25
It's got to be way
plus.
up there. Play fake here for Craig as he rolls to his left, looking downfield, airing it deep, wants a man, and it is incomplete.
Boy,
Good attempt there
throw,
to
yeah.
Jaden Smith. Nice throw from Craig, but unable to get there. We have a couple extra whistles down on the field. That might be much ado about nothing, but it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 9. I don't see any flags down.
No, they're pointing at St. John Vianney's side, though.
Maybe a sideline warning for the Lancers there.
Okay. Oh, no, personal foul, roughing the passer.
Oh.
Wow, I didn't see that.
I didn't even see the flag on the field there, so that is going to aid Hammonton's drive here. They're going to get the first down off the personal foul.
First down, Blue Devils.
Wow, big play. Big turn of events there.
Saw the replay there. Smith was the intended target. That was initially some good coverage from Dirk Hohenkirk. Defender back there for the Lancers, but 1st and 10 now for Hammonton on the plus side of the field. And the handoff, Smith again, up the gut, breaks one tackle, and he stumbled a little bit. Turf Monster got him, and then St. John Vianney was there to clean it up as Abraham Amoko made the tackle, but not before Smith gets the first down.
Yeah, about 15-yard run, right up the gut, little trap. As they do to Delaware, they'll use that little guard trap in the weak side. Boy, he just explodes through the hole. He's got very good vision. And, he doesn't do that dance in the hole. He goes.
Another first down for Hammonton from the 31-yard line. Craig comes back out in the shotgun. Smith is to his left, 2 receivers right. In motion goes Peterson. He'll get the carry this time. Met in the backfield for a loss. Big play there by Nicola Aquilone. And St. John Vianney is in business. First negative play there for Hammonton.
Yeah, he's a linebacker, walked up to the wide side of the field there, and he read his key. The guard was trying to pull, and he didn't get to him and crossed the line. A little loss of the yard, about 5 or 6 yards, so very good play defensively there.
That'll back up Hammonton a little bit. Of course, well outside of field goal range at the moment. Justin Dowdy split out wide to the right towards the bottom of your screen. Craig comes out in the shotgun again. In motion goes Peterson. Craig drops straight back, throws over the middle, reeled in by Smith. Trying to break a tackle. He's still moving down inside the 15-yard line. That'll be a first down for Hammonton. Jaden Smith, the senior, reels in his first catch of the year.
Boy, what a great throw by Drew Craig there, too. He got the guy on the inside shoulder, the defensive back, put it the only place it could put it, away from the defender, and real nice catch and run, as you said, and Hammonton in business inside the 20.
Jameer James made the tackle for the Lancers. Not before Smith carried him for an extra 5 yards.
If they're going to get Craig throwing the ball like that, they're going to be really tough to defend because, you know, the way that they run the ball, those play-action passes are going to be really good.
He can really open up this offense. 1st and 10 from the 15. Craig in the shotgun again. And the handoff goes to Smith. Cuts once, cuts again, up the gut.
Power.
Beautiful carry by Smith. He is close to a first down. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and short right at the 5-yard. Looks like the first down marker is... We're going to call that the 4 3/4 yard line.
Yeah, Kenny Smith's 5'10", 175. I tell you, he's lower body. He looks like he's very strong. He runs through tackles very easily, and it's you know, with that speed and you have that kind of ability to break tackles. That's why he's such a good running back.
2nd and 1 from the 5. Craig in the shotgun. 2 receivers left. It's Smith in the backfield. High snap, Craig tosses left. Smith trying to get to the edge. Cuts and he walks in. A touchdown for Hammonton to open things up here in 2023.
Yeah, that was a kind of a busted play there, a late snap, but they still made a real nice seal block on the edge there, and he walks in, as you said.
So there's Smith's first score of what we would think is going to be many touchdowns this season. Walked in easily on the corner. Hammonton strikes first, used up nearly half the clock in this first quarter, over a 5-minute drive in the first frame here. Extra point attempt now for the Blue Devils. Gavin Kovacs to kick it. Snap, hold, kick is on the way. It's up, and it is good. 7-0, Hammonton. Just got to remind you, of course, sponsors today at Wawa. They have you covered with delivery, curbside, and order ahead options in the Wawa app. No matter what your day looks like, Wawa, how you wanna. Download the Wawa app today.
How you wanna.
7-0 Hammonton right here over St. John Vianney on Cape Atlantic Live.
6th Street Pizza and Grill is open daily from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. weekdays and 11 until 10 on weekends at 6th Street in the Boardwalk in Ocean City, right at Gillian's Wonderland Pier. 6th Street Pizza and Grill not only serves varieties of delicious pizza, but hot and cold subs, salads, hot dogs, and their special Angus burgers. And they have free delivery and daily specials. Phone 6th Street Pizza and Grill, 609-525-0022. 6th Street Pizza and Grill, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City.
Back here at Ocean City High School, Nick Costco alongside Steve Parker. It is 7-0 Hammonton over St. John Vianney. First drive of the season was successful for the Blue Devils. 7:35 to go in this first quarter, so beg your pardon on the time difference there. Nearly a 5-minute drive for the Blue Devils. And now they are set to kick as Kovacs will boot it away. Chance now for the Lancers to get something going on offense with their first possession. Jameer James on the far side to return this kick. Return here from Toure. Toure trying to get to the edge, over to the right side towards the sideline. Flag down as he gets roped out of bounds at the 35. Multiple flags come in.
Yeah.
It's laundry day now at Ocean City High School.
Those are definitely in the clip or the block in the back type of variety where you see those.
This will definitely probably is the wrong term there, Steve, but I would say this is going to come back, and it is.
Yeah, hold or block in the back, yeah. It's a decent return, too, but going to push them back deep in their own territory.
So we'll see what the St. John Vianney offense can do their first time up. It's Thomas Foley at quarterback for the Lancers. Big number 8. Got to be aware of the running back in that backfield for the Lancers. Luca Minardo, one of the stars of this Lancer football team in 2023. Much hyped running back over the course of the offseason.
That's a big center, I'll tell you that.
Ryan Buchanan And 55 right there in the middle. Dakari Carter splits out wide. Watch out for him. And then we're going to get flags. So we had movement up front. Claps coming from the St. John Vianney side, but everyone's going to be pointing at each other here.
Yeah, I think that's all the official on the far side say offside against Hammonton.
And it will be. So move them up 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 5 for St. John Vianney before they even run their first play. Foley in the shotgun, claps the hands. Play fake, looking to throw, throws, and it is, they rule that a catch, they will. Brought in by Menardo, but pretty much snuffed out by the Hammonton defense. That was Peterson on the stop for the Blue Devils.
A lot of pressure that time, too, on the quarterback. Foley didn't really have time to set his feet. Had the guy open the flat, was able to just get it away. Hammonton's bringing pressure early to call a couple linebackers. First play, they're coming.
And we know the story with the Blue Devils. Play big up front, good pass rush. These are the types. This is the type of defense, Steve, that really stops the run really well.
Yeah, 4-man front too.
Foley on 2nd and 4, high snap, gives it off. This is Teray breaking a tackle, and he makes a move, and he just gets tripped up from behind across midfield. That was a touchdown-saving tackle there by Isaiah Moore. I'll tell you what, Abdul Teray was ready to burst off for a huge score to tie things up. A shoestring tackle.
Yeah, he broke 3 or 4 tackles on the line of scrimmage and then spun out of one before that. As you said, last man just got him. Otherwise, he goes the distance. Really changed the field position for St. John Vianney now.
And just like that, they're across midfield from the Hammonton 49, 1st and 10. Foley, hard snap count here. And the handoff goes to Menardo, bouncing out to the outside on the right. Gets a first down, a lot more, lowering the shoulder. Gets down near the 30-yard line. Host of Blue Devil defenders take him down, but not before another first down for the Lancers. We do have a flag down, looks like, in the backfield. This might be coming back at will. It's going to be holding.
That's 2 holds already in the first series for them. But Menardo's showing that he is going to be a force to reckon with here. He's made a couple of really nice runs. Big, strong running back, good speed.
So holding call on St. John Vianney. And just to remind you, the new rules this year, a couple new ones for high school football. So the 10-yard penalty for offensive holding behind the line of scrimmage will now be measured from the line of scrimmage, not the point of the foul. So just to keep you aware for those watching at home.
Anything past the line of scrimmage is still at the spot of the foul, correct?
That is correct, according to the new rules.
Just so you think you know, Nick.
Always get those slight modifications in there. Got about a 1st and 16. Foley will go under center now. Menardo behind him. Quick handoff to him right up the gut. Lowers the shoulder, gets back towards midfield and close to the original line of scrimmage. And we're going to get a 3rd and long coming up for St. John Vianney.
Yeah, Menardo really looks like a very good running back. You know, he does a lot of north-south. He breaks tackles. He's quick off the ball. Very impressive so far.
Yeah, so far that kid is not afraid of contact. I can tell you that.
That's what that big Hammonton front we talked about.
Under 5.5 to go first quarter. Hammonton on top 7-0. Foley in the shotgun. High snap, quick throw. That one's reeled in, bringing a tackle and making a move. This is a big move right here by Dante Campagna, and he's finally brought down inside the 15-yard line.
Again, what a very good throw there, right there. It was a timing throw. He made the right read. Receiver had inside leverage on the DB. Hit him on a little quick slant, a la Philadelphia Eagles.
Gotta love those quick slants.
Yeah, the Brown, they just, you know, you can't stop a big receiver like that.
That was a tremendous first move right there for Campagna. Justin Dowdy finally brought him down. He broke the tackle of Joey Gillen. Just could not reel him in off the initial catch. Now Marcel lined up wide to the right on the far side of the field for the Lancers. This is Foley in the shotgun. High snap again. Handoff goes to Menardo. That time he snuffed in the backfield. And there is Joey Gillen to make up for it. And let's see, he might have lost about a yard there, Steve, maybe about half a yard. Yeah, nonetheless, good play by Gillen.
Yeah, the timing of that play was thrown off by the high snap, you know, when he had to go up and get it, and then running back had to wait a little bit. Good penetration, you said, by Hammonton up front.
Official going to give him a loss of 2 based on that spot. Of course, we are, at a weird angle right here in this press box.
Think about this drive, though. I mean, it had 2 big penalties against them. They still managed to get the ball down, inside the 20-yard line.
Man, they've overcome 2 holding penalties, 1 on the kick return and 1 that wiped out a big play. 2 receiver set for Foley and company. He's got Menardo directly to his right, and he's got Teray in the back, right behind him.
Single coverage outside.
Foley to the right side, nearly picked off, and there was just a miscommunication there.
Yeah, he thought he was going to hook up, and he ran a slant. Real lucky, but they're playing man outside. They're getting a little help from the safeties, but the slants are going to be there if they get the inside leverage on the DBs. It looks like he's looking for it, but just didn't make the throw.
Joe Marcel was the intended receiver on the play. Jaden Smith, who made a big catch on that opening drive for Hammonton, let that pick slip through his fingers. So miscommunication on the route.
3rd and long here. They don't want to do anything drastic here. You're field goal territory. Make sure you make a good play.
Teray to the left, Menardo to the right of Foley, who's in the shotgun on 3rd and 12. Claps his hands, play fake, and he's going to be tracked down in the backfield. It's Joey Gillen getting in there for the loss, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, the play fake no one. They disregarded the play fake, and they came off the corner. As you said, Joey Gillen makes the sack. And it looks like it's going to be a field goal attempt.
Yeah, they paid no mind to the running backs. It looked like Foley was just going to try to take off and run with that one. I'm not sure if that was even supposed to be a pass there, Steve. It looked like he was trying to find the lane, but either way, it was blown up, and now it'll be a long field goal attempt here.
About 39 yards, it looks like. 38, 39-yard attempt.
And based on that spot, we are going to get a 38-yard field goal attempt here for Michael McCormack. That one is blocked at the line of scrimmage. It's loose, and it is picked up, and we are going to have a return. A chance now for Hammonton. It's Peterson came up with the football, gets down inside the 40-yard line, and a huge momentum swing in this first quarter.
And if you watch the replay, it looked like St. John Vianney players just sort of stopped when the kick was blocked. They, almost like they said, "Oh, darn, I get an extra point." But no, it's a live ball, and the kick was very low, Nick, to begin with. I think a little bit of the kicker's fault there. He didn't get it up, but big play by Hammonton again, as you said. Now they're almost to the 40-yard line.
Aquilone with the touchdown-saving tackle for the Lancers. I think St. John Vianney thought, Steve, that they probably thought the ball fluttered above them, which it would be dead at that point, but that ball stayed right at the line of scrimmage. It was picked up.
Yep, it's got to go past the line of scrimmage to be dead, yep.
1st and 10 for Hammonton. They're in business now from the 42-yard line on the St. John Vianney side. This is Craig in the shotgun.
Quick
drop straight back to throw. Pressure. Lobbing one up in the air for Kenny Smith, who makes the catch inside the 10, makes a man miss. He's in. Touchdown, Hammonton.
That's classic, Nick. Go for the big play after the turnover. Teams on their heels. Exactly what they did.
Second score of the afternoon for Kenny Smith. 1 rushing, 1 receiving, and Drew Craig has his first touchdown pass in a Hammonton Blue Devil uniform. It's 42 yards out. Look at it again. Perfectly placed ball, and Kenny Smith did the rest.
Yeah, like you said, perfectly placed ball. Little play action there. Held the linebackers. Plus, they just couldn't stay with Kenny Smith, and he just ran by him.
Second score of the day. Of course, whatever hoagie you prefer, Wawa hoagies are made just for you. Gotta have a Wawa. Extra point time for Kovacs. With 3:41 to play in the quarter, his extra point is good. He is 2 of 2 today. 14-0 Hammonton. 3:39 to play here in the first quarter. 14-0 on Cape Atlantic Live.
Please remember the concession stand in the schools and the multitude of food and drink items.
Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th Street in the Boardwalk in Ocean City, is a popular summer destination. Gillian's will be open until 9:30 this weekend and through Labor Day weekend, and they'll give you a chance to enjoy their amusement rides every weekend in September. The summer continues through September at Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online at gillians.com.
What makes a Wawa Club? Is it the crispy bacon on the turkey BLT? The endless layers of flavor of the buffalo chicken salad? Or is it a secret handshake? Nah. At Wawa, there's a club for everyone. Find yours today.
So Hammonton in business in this first quarter. 14-0 over St. John Vianney as Kovacs will kick it away once again.
And what a momentum turnaround there. St. John Vianney overcame 2 big penalties, had a good drive. Third down, gets sacked. Blocked field goal, just changed the whole, attitude of Hammonton there.
And instead of a 7-3 ball game, we have a 14-0 ball game. This is going to be Jameer James, and he dropped the ball initially. He'll pick it back up, gets across the 20-yard line, looking for a seam, and he is brought down just across the 25-yard line. So the Lancers trying to answer now late in this first quarter, Steve, and you just mentioned that momentum swing. That was huge right now for the purpose of this game. Of course, long game to play, but it always hurts to see a blocked field goal, and all of a sudden on the other side, you give up another touchdown.
Yeah, almost took the distance. That was Anthony Mento, number 6, the sophomore, 5'9", 150-pound cornerback who made that good open field tackle on special teams. Give him his due.
Special teams, Steve, as I always say, or maybe I got this from somewhere, they can always win or lose you 2 games in a year.
Absolutely.
We have 1st and 10 for Thomas Foley and company. Just across the 25-yard line. In motion goes Campagna, and the handoff goes to Menardo up the middle. Host of Blue Devil defenders trying to bring him down. Takes a couple to get him, so he's up near the 35-yard line. So a good chunk there for Menardo. 2nd and short coming up.
Yeah, good strong run, as you said, just straight up the gut and got about 6, maybe 5 or 6 yards. Good first down play. Try to get their equilibrium back a little bit after the turn of events there. That last drive, they think they're going in, Nick, and they end up being down 14.
Maybe look at it, Steve, too. Hammonton's a team that really loves running the football, but they've shown they can do both right now in this first quarter, so they're not playing total ball control today.
Very impressed with their passing game so far.
Foley in the shotgun, hard count. Someone moved early, and it looks like the
left guard,
St. John Vianney left guard is going to get nailed with that false start penalty. Looked like Francisco Rodriguez moved, and he did, and now move him back 5 yards. So wipe out that nice little run from Menardo, 2nd and long.
Yeah, mistakes, especially early in the season. It's high school football; they're going to happen. But especially when they're on long count, the quarterback last thing he usually says when he leaves the huddle is "Hold your water, don't go early."
2nd and 10, Foley. Handoff again to Menardo. Not much this time. The entire Hammonton defensive line was there to stop him, and he maybe got half a yard.
Yeah, you get that big, as you said, defensive line of Hammonton starting to dominate the line of scrimmage a little bit here. I think you're going to have to see St. John Vianney. Now it's 3rd down. Obviously, play action is not going to impress anybody, but they need some kind of slant. They had a good slant route earlier. See if they can get the one-on-one coverage outside.
Well, Thomas Foley. Saw him in pregame warm-up, Steve, and we see him so far in this first quarter, and he can throw the football. They have not been able to really time much of their routes for big plays.
Also getting penetration a lot, too. They're having a little trouble blocking this stellar defensive front of Hammonton.
You got Carter split out wide to the bottom of your screen. Marcel's up at the top.
2 deep safety look.
Campagna also on the left side. Foley dropping straight back. Pressure coming. Try to dump off a screen, and it's reeled in by Menardo. Flags are down. Menardo breaks one tackle, breaks another one, gets up to midfield. It's a first down for right now, but we have to see these flags. Joey Gillen absolutely blasted Foley in the backfield, but I got to think this might be coming back.
Yeah, it's got to be a hold. The way they came through on that break in the middle, somebody had to grab somebody to give him time to drop it off. And it's going to be a holding penalty. Again, big penalty against St. John Vianney. It's a couple of them really hurt him.
I'll tell you, that was a nicely set up screen, but as you mentioned, Steve, probably aided by the hold right there as Gillen came absolutely free.
Well, it's tough St. John Vianney to hold their poise now. They've had a couple big plays taken back and a penalty, and it could very easily be a 14-14 game, and they were moving the ball. It's just they just got to, it's early. Keep their composure. Don't try to get it all back here in one shot.
3rd and about 20. 3rd and we don't want to say.
We always ask
or you don't want to be here, I should say.
Always say, what play do you have for 3rd and 20?
None.
Yeah, none.
2 plays. But they are backed up, St. John Vianney, inside their own 20. It's just Foley with an empty set.
See if they take a shot downfield here.
He might drop straight back, and he is hit and sacked. Boy, you could hear that hit from up here. Ryland Smith just shoved them down to the turf. It's 4th and forever after the sack, and the Lancers will be forced to punt.
2 things there, Nick. Number 1, untouched. Number 2, give him all the credit in the world. He could have destroyed this quarterback. I mean, he could have really, injured him legally. I mean, he just went in and tackled him. He didn't, go on top of him or anything. I get a lot of respect for that kid doing that. I mean, he got the sack with the football game going.
The senior Ryland Smith, 5'10", 205. He played much bigger than that.
Ooh.
I could tell you that.
I felt that up here.
I had football flashbacks of my own there as McCormack will punt it away. And this one will just be headed towards the St. John Vianney sideline. So we'll have to see where this gets marked out of bounds. Kenny Smith just looked at it. He even moved from his return
30
position.
Maybe. No, 40-yard line. Okay.
So it did carry a little bit. Again, weather not a factor at the moment, of course. It was cloudy, a little overcast, quick shot of pouring rain in the first game at Battle at the Beach between Mainland and Washington Township. Won by the Mustangs, 26-7. Of course, we'll carry Mainland next week on Cape Atlantic Live when Ocean City, their big rival, comes to town.
Beautiful day right now.
Yeah, it is. Beautiful day right by the beach. That's what this event was made for. Showcase high school football in New Jersey. 1st and 10 for Drew Craig and the Hammonton offense in St. John Vianney territory. It's Kenny Smith up the middle, crosses the 40-yard line. Got a few, so it'll be 2nd down. And with that, that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Just want to remind you, Wawa hoagies are made for you with delicious ingredients. On a freshly baked roll, try a toasted cheese steak, a mouth-watering meatball, or a classic Italian hoagie. Whatever hoagie you prefer, Wawa hoagies are made just for you. Gotta have a Wawa. 14-0 Hammonton over St. John Vianney after the first quarter here on Cape Atlantic Live. Second quarter, just after this.
It is known all over the Delaware Valley. Johnson's Popcorn on the Ocean City Boardwalk, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. You can get Johnson's Popcorn in individual servings all the way up to 3.5-gallon tins. Look for them in your favorite food market or party store. Johnson's Popcorn, 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 1-800-842-2676 and have your popcorn shipped to you. They're also online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Johnson's Popcorn, since 1940. If you're planning to build a home, make your first step a visit to Halliday Leonard. Halliday Leonard will consult you on your design and assist the development of your custom home. They build single homes that will fit most any budget, plus condominiums, townhouses, and commercial buildings. Get your ideas together and take them to Halliday Leonard.
Second quarter action on Cape Atlantic Live. Hammonton with a 2nd and 8 in St. John Vianney territory. It's Kenny Smith to the right side, bounces out, makes one man miss, and he's chopped down right near the sticks. Good tackle made there by Victor Montalvo. Let's see if it'll be enough for Smith to get a first down there. Right now marking him short.
Got a little running style, Shavy McCoy, the ex-Eagles running back. He's got that shiftiness and that strength. Very, very under control as a runner, too. Yeah,
he's got a deadly combination, Steve. We were talking about in just the first quarter how he was showing off the power he has.
Absolutely.
He's below 200 pounds. He has a lot of power to him. He's got great speed and showing off the shiftiness as well. So officially 3rd and 2. And Craig's going to go under center here for the Blue Devils. Justin Dowdy also in the backfield, and he's going to get the call this time right up the middle. Breaks one, and he's roped down at the 20-yard line. First down for Hammonton.
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the most impressive things there was Kenny Smith made a real nice block up in the hole to spring him as he was not getting the ball. So good to see he's a complete player. You look at his lower body, though. He's big, Nick, in his thighs and stuff. That's where running comes from. He may not have a big upper body, but he does a lot of leg work, you can tell.
Probably squatting more than I ever did.
Definitely more than I ever did.
1st and 10. From just outside the 20-yard line, Jaden Smith is the single receiver to the bottom of your screen. Craig is in the shotgun again. In motion comes Peterson, and the handoff goes to Smith. Cuts once, back up the middle, back to the left, and Kenny Smith making a lot of moves. Makes another man miss inside the 10. Kenny Smith in for his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Hammonton up big.
Boy, what a nice run again. Breaking tackles, feeling his way. just a really, the vision was unbelievable. Great run by Kenny Smith.
Well, Steve, Kenny Smith had 23 total touchdowns last year. 21 of them came on the ground. This year, he already has 3 in the first half.
Yeah, he's ahead of his pace.
Definitely. Just to remind you, of course, at Wawa, they have you covered with delivery, curbside, and order ahead options of the Wawa app. Download the Wawa app today. Kovacs for the extra point to make this a full 3-score game for the Blue Devils. 10:20 to go in the first half. High snap. Kick is on the way. That one's perfect.
Boom, that
it
one.
is 21-0. Best extra point so far of the day for Kovacs. And right now, St. John Vianney in a bit of a hole, down 21-0 to Hammonton right here on Cape Atlantic Live.
Whoever you are, whatever you like, there's a place where memories become traditions. So this summer, come on down and enjoy all that's fun at the shore. Plan today and book your vacation in America's greatest family resort. Ocean City, New Jersey. We're less than a tank of gas away.
Been all Hammonton so far here in this game number 2 at Battle of the Beach, the 2023 edition. Glad you're with us on Cape Atlantic Live. Nick Costco alongside Steve Parker. Blue Devils rolling right now. The runner-ups from 2022 in South Jersey Group 4. Looking to get a little bit further this year. Looking for that state title. Loaded Group 4 here in South Jersey. Millville, Mainland, Hammonton, just to name a few. All vying for that overall New Jersey state title later this fall. Kovacs to kick it deep once again. Boots one. It's going to hang up in the air. This is going to be dropped and eventually picked up by, looks like Carter picked it up, and he gets dropped inside the 20-yard line. Trouble right there for a Dante Campagna on the initial return, as the Lancers were trying 2 different return men back there, Steve, but still nothing doing on special teams.
Yeah, that's a ball after the second fumble. You just got to get on that ball. They were lucky, they didn't come loose and losing it. But again, little mistake going to cost them field position.
We have 1st and 10 now for St. John Vianney from their own 20-yard line. They've had some positives on offense today, Steve, just have not been able to finish these drives. The penalties have killed them as well. That last drive got really backed up because of the penalty as Foley comes out in the shotgun. And the handoff goes to Minardo. Left side, brought down after a short gain. And Minardo, a kid who's run very hard so far today. He's broken a couple tackles, just has not much room to work with.
Yeah, this is a very important series for St. John Vianney. They got to, get their equilibrium back, control their offensive game, and not try to go big play here. Just try to grind. Best thing they could do is grind out a couple first downs. Keep Hammonton from having the ball, plus getting their confidence back. Because right now, it's got to be shaken.
9:40 to play in the first half. St. John Vianney will get the ball to start the third quarter. As Foley comes out in the shotgun. Another hard count. High snap. Lost it. It's on the ground, and it is picked up by Hammonton. A costly turnover for the Lancers. And Hammonton is in business once again. This time, Devon Coulter there to jump on the football. Blue Devils back with it in the red zone.
Yeah, just we talked about them getting their equilibrium back. There it goes, a bad snap, as you said, and nothing the quarterback could do about that.
And for a guy like Foley, Steve, I mean, he's a pretty tall quarterback. We've seen multiple high snaps today.
Yeah, that one was, he's lucky he got his hand on it, to be honest with you. And this will probably be Kenny Smith for a touchdown.
1st and 10 for Hammonton, just outside the 10-yard line. Craig gives it off. Smith, left side, that time met by a host of Lancer defenders. Manuel Rodriguez with the stop.
Yeah,
We're going to have some whistles now on the field. We might have a timeout. Looks like just an official's timeout. A helmet came off on the far side of the field.
There is a flag over there. The linesman has a flag on the far side.
So Justin Dowdy's helmet come off, so he has to step out for a play. The officials are conferencing. And yeah, as you mentioned, Steve, on the far side of the field near the 10-yard line, there was a flag, and we're going to get a personal foul on St. John Vianney.
Must have ripped the helmet off. That's what I'm guessing.
Well, if that's the reason why Justin Dowdy's helmet came off, that's probably a good reason, since he was away from the play.
It's another mistake by St. John Vianney. Hammonton first down, and because where the penalty was, it's a 1st and 6, it looks like, or 4. I'm sorry.
The very common 1st and 4.
Yeah, that's why I'm stuttering here. How many 1st and 4s do you see during a season?
Ball spotted just outside the 5-yard line. Craig in the shotgun. Smith is to his right. Takes it. Play fake. Throws it into the end zone. Incomplete. Here come the flags. That was certainly interference. And, well, St. John Vianney doesn't like it as Gavin Richter is looking around saying, what did I do? But that was a clear mugging from up here, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely. He'd get 5 to 10, as they say, for that one. Really early. And the ball fluttered a little bit, though. I think it was tipped. But if that's so, it wouldn't be interference. But obviously it wasn't, because they did call it. It's going to be half the distance and a 1st down, I believe.
Yeah, I want to say that ball, again, if you, like you said, Steve, that was tipped. There is no flag, but it looked like that ball just kind of slipped out of Craig's hands. He tried to throw it over the middle. I believe Jaden Smith was his intended target. And now we're going to get a 1st and, we're going to call this a 1st and 1. I believe this is the first time I've ever seen a 1st and 1.
We said a 1st and 5, now we got a 1st and 1.
Craig under center. Takes it, handoff, Smith, met at the line, bounces off, trying to get back to the right side. 5 St. John Vianney tacklers are there to meet him, and Smith this time will not break the plane.
Real nice job by St. John Vianney, excuse me. Like you said, the left side, he stood him up. Kenny Smith did a nice job of spinning out of tackles, but the right side sealed him in, and no gain. How many times we've said that today? Kenny Smith was held to no gain, not many.
Very tough considering the offensive line there for Hammonton. Guys like Christian Medina.
I miss 2nd down. You wouldn't be surprised to see a little play action.
2nd and 1. Here's Craig under center again. They're handing it right back to Smith to the left side. Makes one cut. Lowers the shoulder. He's brought down. Nice tackle there by Joe Marcello. But it will be enough for a 1st down for Hammonton. But again, that's a touchdown-saving tackle from Marcello.
Yeah, it was 1-on-1 in space there, too. It was Kenny Smith and Joe Marcello out in space, and Marcello won that battle.
1st and goal for Hammonton inside the 5-yard line. They're burning a little clock here, too, Steve. 7.5 to go in the first half. And remember, St. John Vianney does get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. I'm sure Hammonton would love to bleed as much clock as possible and try to get up by 4 scores here. Craig.
Oh, fumble.
Trouble with the snap, has to dive on it. Looked like he got back on it. I don't think St. John Vianney had a shot at it. And there's no excitement from the Lancer side, so Hammonton does fall back on that one. So Craig, a little bit, it's drier out there, Steve, so he must be struggling with the football just a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like he pulled out a little quick that time. You got to wait for that snap to come up before you take that anticipatory step back by the quarterback, and he's a little quick. Caused the fumble.
Well, like we said, the Blue Devils can take their time right now. They're approaching the end zone. 2nd and goal. Inside the 5-yard line. Craig under center. Dowdy and Smith are in the backfield. Now we're going to get more whistles, and I believe we're going to get a timeout from Hammonton. We do. That is their 1st of the half. So 21-0, 6:37 to play here in the first half on Cape Atlantic Live.
For over 25 years, Iliano's Ristorante has brought classic family-style dishes crafted with only the finest and freshest ingredients to fill your stomach and warm your heart. Now a new generation of ownership will continue Iliano's classic approach to Italian dining while also adding some current touches. They offer an extensive menu of homemade pastas, pizza, and daily specials, something for everyone at every age. Iliano's, 705 12th Street in Hammonton, has everything you need for lunch and dinner. And it can help you with your catering needs. Reach out through events.ilianos@gmail.com or contact them through Facebook.
Second and goal. Out of the timeout. Handoff. Smith met at the line again, trying to push forward, leaning. Touchdown! Kenny Smith, number 4 of the afternoon. Hammonton is up big.
Yep, he just used his power there, lower leg power, and just drove, contacted the line of scrimmage, but Kenny Smith was not to be denied. He's in for his 4th touchdown of the day.
4th touchdown of the day, of course, brought to you by Wawa. Wawa, how you wanna? Download the Wawa app today. 3 touchdowns on the ground for Kenny Smith. 1 receiving on a beautiful 42-yard pass from Drew Craig earlier in this contest. Kovacs for the extra point. It's on the way. Another bullet. It is good. 28-0 Hammonton. They are rolling this afternoon. St. John Vianney has had their moments, Steve, but they need something coming out of this next break. 6:27 to play. 28-0 Hammonton at Battle of the Beach right here on Cape Atlantic Live.
I'm going to go grab a soda real quick. Oh, spicy Italian. Ooh, smoothie. Have you guys been over here on this computer? Get some dinner? What don't you guys have? That's mine. You're making it right now. Oh my God. What is this magical place?
Wawa.
Freshly made hoagies, smoothies, and so much more. Welcome to Wawa.
You knew about this?
You can see the complete conversation with legendary coaches Paul Rodeo and Paul Sacco from Iliano's Ristorante in Hammonton by going to primeevents.net.
Well, out of the touchdown there for Hammonton, they're up 28-0. It's a 4-score game. It's been all Blue Devils this afternoon. Glad you're with us on Cape Atlantic Live. Nick Costco alongside Steve Parker for our game number 2 at Battle at the Beach here in 2023 to kick off the high school football season in New Jersey. And, of course, live coverage today at Battle at the Beach is presented by primeevents.net in association with Crossover Productions right here on Cape Atlantic Live. A companion to the near side. Looks like Teray is back in there as a kick returner for the Lancers. This ball is going to be popped up, and Teray is going to take it out now. Across the 20, making a move. Left side down the sideline following his blockers, and Abdul Teray is across the 40-yard line. Best return of the day for the Lancers. And they're in business now, Steve, near midfield, and a chance to finally get on the scoreboard.
He got a nice block from Christian Testa, number 14, the wide receiver out in front. And the main thing was he caught the ball forward, made his moves, nothing across the side of the field. You know what I mean? You got to go north and south and kickoff returns. Found a nice seam, got it up to, you said, 44-yard line. So probably best field position they've had to start a drive.
Well, Lancers will get it back again, trying to get a score, maybe a little 2-for-1 action if they can bleed the clock. They do get the ball to start the third quarter. Foley in the shotgun on 1st and 10. He'll drop straight back. Good protection at the moment. He's flushed out to the right side, looking downfield. He's going to try to take off and run. Hit from behind. Oh, he is smacked by 3 defenders. Ball came out, and I think Hammonton might have it.
I think the quarterback really took a shot there.
And they do. Turnover on the play. Foley was stripped from behind. A host of Blue Devil defenders forced the turnover, and Hammonton is right back on offense in Lancer territory. So look at it again.
Oh, my goodness. What a great hit here. The defensive back came up and didn't go for a pump fake, and he just stuck him. Looked like it was number 21, perhaps, I'm going to give credit to for that, Nick. It was really, Hammonton just came up and blasted him.
Ryland Smith was the man who behind Foley, who looked like he caused the fumble, and Josiah Miller is the one who fell on it based on our vantage point for the fumble recovery. And just like that, 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. They're at the St. John Vianney 46-yard line. Halfway through this second quarter, they're rolling. Drew Craig in the shotgun. Takes it, play fake, rolling to his right. Pressure, steps up, made a man miss. Almost lost the football, throws it downfield. Incomplete. He had Joey Gillen. Just overshot him a little bit. That would have been a very impressive play off the hot potato.
Yeah, look like a circus act. A little juggle here, and then rolled out and almost made the completion, though. Really kept his composure there, considering he almost lost the ball.
Well, now I think they're just showing off. And Drew Craig, you mentioned before, is a transfer from Williamstown. Had 1,534 yards last season through 7 touchdowns, had 10 picks, also ran for a touchdown on the ground as a sophomore starter for the Braves. But now at Hammonton, starter as a junior. I don't know about his stat line last year, Steve, but he looks pretty impressive in the pocket so far.
Certainly does.
He'll drop back again, looking, fires one, and that time just skipped it a little bit low. So just as we say that, broadcaster's jinx, Justin Dowdy, the intended target there for Craig. It's 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, he's upset with himself there because he hooked up and had a real nice lane to throw the ball and just held on to a little bit long, threw it in the ground. But Hammonton's really shown diverse offense here, too. They're throwing the ball a little bit. A lot of Kenny Smith either out of the backfield or, as a receiver. And very impressed with their offense so far.
Yeah, Hammonton traditionally a big-time, old-school Delaware wing tee, heavy power type of offense on the ground, judged by their offensive lines and running backs over the years. But Craig, decent quarterback back there, able to open up the passing game, and he'll dump a screen this time to Gillen, brought down from behind at the 45-yard line. Good tackle made there by Deion Jackson, the first one to get to him. It'll be 4th down for the Blue Devils, and we might see the first punt of the game from Hammonton.
Yeah, Deion Jackson's a defensive end, too, so that was a real nice read as he saw the back leaking out. He knew he wasn't getting to the quarterback, so he did a nice job of staying with him for no gain. And you said this is Hammonton's. Who was their punter? I don't think we know yet, do we?
It is going to be Craig. He stays on the field, so he is one of those guys who is multifaceted, can play quarterback, and can also boot the ball a little bit.
Well, they're missing a couple guys from the punting team. Well, they haven't punted yet, so that's why they don't know.
It's the first time the punting unit actually gets on the field here in 2023.
You're going to time out here.
Yeah, now Gillen's going to run onto the field, and let's see if they do call a timeout. Now Gillen is going to sub out.
Yeah, they got to call timeout.
Yeah, man, head coach Jim Razzo is not happy.
Not at all.
Oh, he is irate on the sideline.
His special team coach better go hide somewhere.
The punting unit package was not ready that time. I talked to Jim Razzo earlier this summer on Cape Atlantic Live, part of our podcast series, Cal One-on-One. You can go check out those earlier interviews on the YouTube channel from this summer with many coaches from around the Cape Atlantic area leading into this football season. And he was very excited about this team coming into 2023, Steve, and, talking about last year, how they just fell short of their goals. And, usually the coach speak is like, yeah, well, we use it as motivation, but it's not the primary objective. Well, they used last year's Millville loss as big-time motivation for this 2023 campaign, knowing that they were up in that 4th quarter last year and just missed out on making it to the state semifinals and missed out on a sectional title. Millville stole from them, and, of course, if you're Hammonton, you're like, well, we were that close to being Millville. Could we have won the state title last year?
And now with the quarterback in here, the way he's throwing the ball, it's going to make him so much more tough. Not as predictable.
So Craig, that quarterback they brought in from Williamstown, will punt it away, and that one's blocked right in front of him. A big-time special teams play for St. John Vianney.
And I can still see the steam coming off the coach's head. He's like, use the timeout to get our punt team on there, get it straightened out, and then we give up a block. He's not happy.
Luke Jafar Bodner, the one with the block there for the Lancers. Looked like Gavin Richter fell on it before he hit towards the sideline. And now a big opportunity for the Lancers to finally get a score back on the board here before halftime. Under 5 minutes to play. And they'll have a 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line.
See if they use the Hammonton philosophy here, and after a turnover, or go up top early, we'll play action, try to hit somebody on a streak.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, I don't think we've seen St. John Vianney on the plus side of the field since their opening drive, which, of course, ended up with that blocked field goal.
Agreed. Big play, and they were there, and then, since then, it's been 3 and out most of the time.
Victor Montavo, the guy in motion right now, trying to get set for Foley in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Weird snap, and now this is a broken play. Foley's going to have to try to take off and run with it. Cuts back, and he's brought down. We might credit Hammonton's defense with a sack right there. And it's going to be about a loss of, they are going to mark that a loss of 2. Well, loss of 2, but there's a flag, as you just mentioned, Steve. And it was near the line of scrimmage.
Hold.
And there's a hold on the Lancers.
My little groan there was I saw the guy coming weak side again because the quarterback already got laid out once. He was lucky there that he really didn't get blind. So that blind side, obviously it hurts a little more. You don't see it coming. But here it is again. They're 1st and 20 now. They're just shooting themselves in the foot here now lately on offense.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes on offense for the Lancers. Penalties. The biggest problem so far. Foley in the shotgun on 1st and 20. Takes it. Handoff to Minardo. Low in the shoulder. Big hit, but he is brought down. Doesn't get much. First one there to meet him from that defensive line position was Gabriel Weiner.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a form tackle right there, as they called it. He comes up, squares up, put his helmet, chest, slide to one side, wrap him up. It was just an absolutely perfect tackle. You teach and practice.
Beg your pardon, Weiner is at linebacker. But he filled that gap pretty fast towards the defensive line, I will say.
Certainly did.
Gabriel Weiner, just a sophomore for Hammonton. The older Weiner, Andrew, is a senior. You see him at middle linebacker, number 11, moving around the defense. Foley on 2nd and 18. Boy, Hammonton's defense is flying all over the field. Anthony Mento with the tackle.
Yeah, Mento flew up there, as you said. He's a defensive back. Right now they have no respect for the passing game because St. John Vianney can't block long enough for him to time to throw, so they're just putting their head down and coming upfield and really being aggressive defensively.
Yeah, if you're the Lancer offense, not much you can do right now. 3:20 to play in the first half. They're just trying to get anything going right now, Steve.
Well, I hope the one thing they don't do here is don't go play action. Because when you have third and 17, play action is not fooling anybody. If you're going to pass, get back and protect yourself. Because nobody's going to respect that play action. You see teams do it a lot, but
yeah, if I'm the Lancer right now, if I'm going to throw the football, I want to do it at least out of the shotgun right here. Give Foley at least another extra second.
And they got some single coverage out there. Take a shot at one of the wide guys. Maybe a little crossing pattern out there.
3rd and 17. Flags down, or excuse me, whistles down out there on the field.
Don't see what it's for. Oh, things couldn't get worse. St. John Vianney gets a delay of game penalty.
And that's brutal. Yeah, most high schools, they don't have a play clock up on the big scoreboard.
Right.
So you got to rely on the official telling you, hey, there's 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but what you'll see is the back judge, usually on the opposite side of the field, quarterback, he'll start the 5 count like this, and that's when you tell your quarterback to watch. Obviously, he wasn't watching.
Keep backing him up. 3rd and forever. First down marker for St. John Vianney is at the Hammonton 30-yard line.
The only thing that usually works here sometimes, and not very often, is a screen or a drag route underneath where you get everybody clearing out. But
well, Foley's going to toss one to the left side. That is Carter. Doesn't get much. Maybe a yard. 4th and long, and the punting unit comes back on for the Lancers.
Joshua Miller, the defensive back, 5'10", 170-pound junior, was up quick to make that play as they tried a wide receiver screen, but didn't get any blocking out there. And Hammonton's very, very quick to the ball, Nick. Their defense really swarms well.
No denying that right now. Been all Hammonton in this ball game. A little over 2 minutes to play in the first half. And since the Lancers get the ball to start the 3rd quarter, Steve, you got to think Hammonton might be going for broke here, try to get a quick score before the halftime break.
I don't know if I was Hammonton, I'd just give it to Kenny Smith.
That punt is away by McCormack, but it's going to float to the left side, well out of bounds. It hit the back fence.
It's on 6th Street. Or that 5th, I don't know.
That's actually 5th over there.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to head into one of the houses over there. It started moving. The wind has died down, too, I thought. It's windy this morning.
Beautiful right now. The weather couldn't be better for football right now, as you said. There's hardly any wind. Bright blue skies. Perfect football weather.
A couple games coming up later today. Of course, approximately 4 o'clock, we have Millville, Toms River North, the defending Group 4 state champs against the Group 5 state champions from last year. Mike Franco and Mark Narducci are going to be on the call for that one coming up in a little while. 7 o'clock, Ocean City and Pleasantville. So Ocean City, the host school of the annual Battle of the Beach, getting the Friday night treatment against one of their big rivals, historic rivals in Pleasantville. Old Thanksgiving Day matchup there, Steve. Now move to the beginning of the season.
Some athletes could be on the field the next game, in there. Toms River North and Millville. Ooh.
Oh, absolutely. 1st and 10 for Drew Craig and company. Handoff right side. Smith cuts once, following his blockers across midfield, close to the first down marker, lunged forward, and he might have enough depending upon the spot. And they will. They're going to mark him forward. First down immediately there for Hammonton with 1:43 to play, as they'll wait to reset they'll wait to resume the clock after they reset the chains. Which, by the way, they actually changed in college this year now, Steve.
Oh, really?
They did. So there's no longer a clock stoppage after the first downs.
Okay.
That's good. That's good for me.
Yeah.
Speed it up a little bit.
Kenny Smith has got to have 200 yards of offense.
I don't know off the top of my head, but he might have 500 yards by the end of this game if they kept him in. Craig will drop straight back to throw. He's airing it out deep, and it is incomplete, looking in the direction of Justin Dowdy. Could not track down the football. Looked like that ball, Steve, was headed towards the right sideline, and Dowdy did not make his route towards the white.
Yeah, look, he's supposed to be called out a post corner. It looks like he just went on a straight streak right down the field, just a fly pattern. Little miscommunication there, because he definitely threw it to the outside, looking for him to break it off.
Montava was in coverage back there for the Lancers. 2nd and 10.
Having to get a little greedy here. Going up top, 116 left. Surprised they're not giving the ball to Kenny Smith.
Might as well. Hey, maybe they're aiming for that running clock. 2nd and 10. Craig, handoff. Kenny Smith is met in the backfield. Tried to spin away. Was not escaping McCormack that time. And also looked like Miles Bird Rice in on the stop as well, the big defensive tackle for the Lancers. We tried to highlight him early on in the game. Have not been able to call his name much because it's been all Hammonton today, but Miles Bird Rice is one of those big boys up front that you have to watch out for.
Well, he had great penetration there, as you said, and Kenny Smith tried to spin, but he was smothered. Real good defensive play that time by St. John Vianney.
Bird Rice, of course, with the initial hit, and McCormack cleaned them up. 3rd and long. Back in their own territory is Hammonton, as Craig will drop straight back. Stepping up, looking, flushed out, going to his left. Craig just throws one into the dirt in the direction of Gillen and Hammonton, Steve. They were rolling on offense, and, of course, they're still up big right here, but that's 2 straight possessions now where they are going to be forced to punt.
Yeah, but you got to give the quarterback a lot of credit there, Craig, as he rolled away and saw nobody was open. He threw it to the feet of his receiver. You know, don't try to force anything with a 20-point lead here before halftime. Let your defense, do what they've been doing for the last 30 seconds. Good. I think it's a good heady play there.
Well, Craig is back to punt this one away.
Yeah, see if they can get this one off. They're 0 for 1.
And that last one was blocked. Campagna is the deep return man, standing inside his own 20-yard line, now backpedaling a little bit to the 15. See if Craig can get a good boot here for Hammonton. Good protection that time. This ball's going to flutter. Does get it away, though, and it'll bounce across the 30-yard line and out of bounds. Let's see where they spot it. Went out around the 20, and they'll officially mark it at the 24-yard line. So a chance now for St. John Vianney. Well, not much of a chance. 26 seconds, and you got to think they're going to have to air it out in order if they're going to give themselves a chance for a score, Steve. But, again, only at their now officially at the 25. Probably going to sit on the ball here and try to regroup for halftime.
Yeah, let's see what the Hammonton does there. See if they play a deep shell. If they do, you might try a screen or a slant. Somebody break some coverage. But if they're up in a normal defense, like you said, I just run the ball and go to halftime, which it looks like they are. So they're still playing aggressively.
Foley trying to get a hard count here.
And there's going to be timeout. St. John Vianney only has 10 guys on offense. That's a problem.
Yeah, not what you want to see late in this first half right now, when ideally you're probably just going to sit on the ball here. Tough sledding for the Lancers this afternoon, but we are glad you are with us on Cape Atlantic Live. Nick Costco alongside Steve Parker. for game number 2 here at Battle of the Beach in 2023.
Anthony Lyakovich for Hammonton just came off the field. The first time I got a really good look at him, Tom, I mean, he reminds me of John Runyon, 6'7", 250. I mean, 6'7", 250. That's
pretty big.
That's svelte, though. You know what I mean? That's not thick. I mean, that's athletic. He's a big man.
That he is. We always talk about Hammonton's big boys. He's one of them.
Of course, Christian Medina only goes 6'3", 235. It's a little guy.
Only. First and 10 for Foley and the Lancers. Claps his hands. The handoff goes to Minardo. Left side, has a little bit of space down the sideline, and he's tackled out of bounds.
A little extracurricular out there.
Getting a little physical out there. Looked like Ethan Peterson was involved in a little bit of a scrum from Hammonton over on the St. John Vianney sideline. A couple of bodies hit the floor.
Yeah, way out of bounds.
Couldn't tell if those were extracurriculars or Minardo just ended up rolling, and there was just a lot of momentum.
Dakari Carter was involved in that a little bit too there. But 26 seconds left. First down.
I think we had a penalty there, Steve.
Okay. Well, they're changing
They're doing something over there.
wholesale. What is going on? I'm not gonna lie, I'm confused. They changed the whole team. Right?
A lot of personnel changes.
Yeah,
and
it looked like the quarterback
looks
stayed and everybody else went out.
I think we had a holding penalty, but they just got backed up 10 yards. Piece of laundry that we did not see on the field. So now they're going to go to a kneel down formation.
Okay. That makes more sense. We probably got a punt team in there who's going to kneel down.
Hammonton's feeling themselves. You can see big number 45, Joey Gillen, clapping his hands along with the Hammonton marching band here in the stands right below us.
Pretty good rhythm.
Doing a little two-step right there. It's very nice.
Throw the hands, little hands.
Now, Hammonton's feeling themselves as Thomas Foley's going to take a knee to end this first half, as both teams will now head back to their respective sidelines. All Hammonton in this one, Steve.
Yeah, they're having fun, and Joey Gillen's still out there dancing. But as you said, Hammonton just did a great job offensively. Kenny Smith, throw the ball to him, give it to him. It was a Kenny Smith show. Just tremendous, but also very impressed with their quarterback. And we talked about their offensive line, the size and strength. Really excellent first half for Hammonton.
Yeah, all Hammonton in the first 24 minutes of this one. Kenny Smith, as we just mentioned, 4 touchdowns in that first half for the Blue Devils, 3 on the ground, and 1 42-yard touchdown reception from transfer quarterback Drew Craig. St. John Vianney shut out in that first half. Let's see what they can do on the flip side of things, but it's halftime right now. Take a bit of a break. Don't go anywhere. Second half coming up between Hammonton and St. John Vianney. 28-0 Blue Devils. Head to the halftime locker room right here on Cape Atlantic Live.
Please support the Raiders.
Traditional Italian cuisine has 3 main qualities: use of the highest and freshest quality ingredients, healthy portions, and, most importantly, the feeling of family. At Iliano's Ristorante, 705 12th Street in Hammonton, they take pride in providing all 3 qualities. All food is prepared to order. They want to make sure that everyone has their best Italian meal. Food is their love and their passion. With a simple taste of Iliano's classic food, such as their famous homemade tomato bread or ravioli, you will understand the detail and love that goes into every dish. If you're in the mood for great food with a great atmosphere, come out to Iliano's, a taste of Italy in your own backyard.
Back here at Ocean City High School on Cape Atlantic Live, Nick Costco alongside Steve Parker for the 2023 edition of Battle at the Beach. And, of course, live coverage is presented by PrimeEvents.net in association with Crossover Productions, of course, right here on Cape Atlantic Live. Got a long weekend ahead of us. This is game number 2 of the 3rd annual event. 28-0 Hammonton right now on top of St. John Vianney. All Blue Devils in that first half. I think our early game MVP right now, Steve, happens to be running back Kenny Smith for the Hammonton Blue Devils.
Really, you think? I could have picked that before the game. No, he's done a tremendous job. And again, we talked briefly about it, but really more credit. The offensive line, it's just been so physical. And they've done a great job protecting him and giving him those, those holes to run. And it's really been a total both sides of the ball, the line of scrimmage. You can't talk enough about Hammonton's big guys up front. You know, we talked about Christian Medina, and we talked about some of the other guys who just done a tremendous job up front for Hammonton. And it always starts up front, no matter what they tell you. I mean, you and I can run behind a really good offensive line, but it's really a lot of credit to them.
The big uglies, as they call them.
Yes.
And that's no that's no degrading comment. I can tell you that.
They call themselves that.
I was not quite as big. That's what I called myself when I played. And this is
man.
a botch kickoff right here. Ball's loose, and Teray gets absolutely slammed down at the 25-yard line after he recovered it. Julius Witcher laying the wood for Hammonton. Boy, you want to talk about opening up the second half with a bang? Well, there you go.
I can't believe he held on to the ball. I mean, he was just getting possessions. The ball bounced, and he got laid out. What a clean football hit.
Jameer James was the one initially on the kick return, could not hang on to the football, and it was the freshman running back Abdul Teray picking it up. And, boy, he just got smacked by Witcher, the sophomore linebacker and fullback for the Blue Devils. So here's Thomas Foley trying to get something going for the Lancer offense. We're shut out in that first half. Foley takes this one, quick throw. That one's
nice
reeled
throw.
in. Good catch and run. Getting across the 35-yard line is Luke Jafar Bodner. So a positive play for the first time in what seems like forever, Steve, for the Lancers, but that's a nice pickup there for a first down.
A real good throw there as he had an inside coverage, inside leverage. He threw it to the outside shoulder where only his receiver could get it. Real good catch for a first down. I like the short passes, too, Nick. No time, you know what I mean?
Right.
You got to get the pass off to get your equilibrium back here because Hammonton's coming.
Early on, we saw some success for the Lancer offense, down 7-0, but they had a field goal blocked, and that basically changed the momentum of the ball game. 1st and 10 from across the 35-yard line. Foley again, handoff. Menardo up the middle, met by 3 defenders, and boy, Menardo laying the wood himself. He's trying to at least, but Joey Gillen, among others, in there on the stop of Menardo.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, also Devon Coulter, defensive end, 5'10", 190 pound, did a nice job of getting in there and really laying the wood to him. Hammonton's very impressive. They're hitting really. Their offensive and defensive lines have really controlled the line of scrimmage. One
of the more physical teams in South Jersey, you will see. We're going to get whistles on the field, and I think we're going to get a timeout on the St. John Vianney side. And Menardo's down on one knee, so this is going to be an injury timeout with 10:42 to play in the third quarter. He must be a little shaken up after getting hit by what seems like a Mack truck at this point. So 10:42 to play in the third, 28-0 Hammonton. Take a quick break right here on Cape Atlantic Live.
Frozen cappuccino for Curtis. Mango smoothie for Curtis. Hey, Curtis. Strawberry banana smoothie.
That's me. Oh, this is so exciting.
Smoothies, frozen cappuccinos, and more. Made fresh just for you. Gotta have a Wawa.
Hey, babe, wait. I think I got one more coming.
You can see the complete conversation with legendary coaches Paul Rodeo and Paul Sacco from Iliano's Ristorante in Hammonton by going to primeevents.net.
Well, after Menardo was shaken up, he has walked off under his own power. But definitely, maybe got the wind knocked out of him a little bit there, Steve.
Yeah, he definitely
Hopefully
took
he's all
a
right.
shot.
Yeah. Tough 2-yard gain for him. 2nd and 8. Foley in the shotgun again. Takes it, handoff, Teray up the gut, had a bit of a seam, breaks one tackle across midfield, still going is Abdul Teray, somehow stays on his feet, goes across the 30-yard line.
Well, he broke 3 or 4 tackles there. Did a real nice job using that strength of his hips there to ward off some of those tackles.
Jaden Smith the one to finally bring him down. And that's a nice positive play for the Lancers. Now Foley will jog back to the sideline to get this next play. But now, St. John Vianney in business from the 30-yard line of Hammonton, trying to get their first score of the game. Now look at it. Teray's run broke away from Gillen.
2 guys go in, 2 guys got to come out. There we go. Little late substitution there, but
Ryland Smith also in on that stop of Teray. If Ryland Smith doesn't pull him down from behind, maybe you see Jaden Smith bring him down, but Teray was churning his legs there. 1st and 10, it's Foley, handoff to Teray again up the gut. Nothing doing that time. Gillen, another hard tackle from the linebacker. 2nd down. If you hear a smack on Mike, there's a fly in my face. For those watching at home. Steve might get it in a second. Let's see. Oh, almost caught it.
Got the Miyagi move there. Mr. Miyagi.
Do need some chopsticks for that one.
Now he's
there we go. Now I got it.
He's down for the count.
Yep, there we go. 2 smacks, 2 claps. We got it. 2nd and 9 for Foley and company. See, Dakari Carter is split out wide to the left, top of your screen. Also, Luke Jafar Bodner split out to the left. Marcel is to the bottom of your screen. Minardo is back in. Foley, quick throw, right side, reeled in. Teray along the sideline, forced out of bounds. So now St. John Vianney moving a little bit. Anthony Mento forcing him out of bounds. 3rd down and short coming up.
Yeah, this is a big series for them. Get a little momentum, like you said, get on the scoreboard here.
If anything, Steve, it just gives you confidence.
Yes.
Whether you win this game or not, you need to be able to show that this is a young St. John Vianney football team. We were just talking to some of the coaches at halftime, just how young they are, a lot of roster turnover. If you could be able to score and really get the ball moving against a veteran team like this, a state title contender, that only propel you moving forward. 3rd and 2. A long 2. It's Minardo to the right side, lowering the shoulder,
run.
breaks a tackle, lunges forward. Let's see if he has enough for a 1st down. He does. Far side judge says yes. Move the sticks, and the Lancers are on the move.
Good to see him back in the ball game after getting shaken up. And hard run there for a 1st down.
Yeah, he's a tough dude. Similar back, at least a build-wise, Steve, to Kenny Smith is Luca Minardo, and now he's going to jog off. And you can see him, he is jogging off a little gingerly, so he is still a little bit banged up. But you got to love having the freshman Abdul Teray in the backfield.
Yeah, he made a great run earlier.
Judging by the way he is already playing right now, Steve, at the varsity level as a freshman, he might be a stud for years to come for this Lancer football team. 1st and 10, just inside the 20-yard line. Foley will hand it off to Teray, bounces to the outside, and he's brought down by Joey Gillen again. He has been all over the field.
Yeah, that's the one thing younger backs do, though. Whenever they see trouble, they always try to bounce it out and outrun. Just at this level, it's tough to do. You got to put his foot in the ground and try to get a yard or 2 there. But that'll come with experience. But you can see his quickness. He's very, very quick for a young freshman.
That's a loss of, call it 4 there on the tackle from Joey Gillen. Looking at him last year, Steve. 42 total tackles as a junior. Had only just 1 tackle for loss and 3 sacks, but he has been a monster so far this afternoon.
Certainly has.
2nd and 14. Foley, back, quick throw, right side wants Marcelo, lays out, incomplete, but we have flags down. 2 guys were in coverage. It was Mento and Smith. We might get a penalty on Hammonton here.
I'll tell you what, that ball was thrown perfectly. The only spot that the offensive guy could get to it, and the defender had to, push him, get pass interference. So big play there for St. John Vianney, and they're going to get the ball for a 1st down.
Yeah, Jaden Smith's already saying my bad on that one, and we are going to get a pass interference on the Blue Devils. So St. John Vianney, this is as close as they've been all day to the end zone. Remember, Steve, that first drive of the game, down 7-0. The Lancers were knocking on the door, but a couple penalties pushed them back. Eventually settled for a field goal attempt that was blocked, and since then, it's really been all Hammonton. Foley's got Minardo directly behind him. Pistol formation. 4 receivers. Marcel, the motion man. Play fake, handoff Bernardo up the middle, lowering the shoulder, trying to get forward, and he's going to have enough for a first down.
Again, it's a funny situation when you see a pass interference penalty doesn't result in a first down because of the yardage and the time frame. But I'll tell you what, Menardo's run hard today. Really has. He banged up a little bit, but he's a really good running back.
That he has. First and goal for St. John Vianney. Ball spotted. Our vantage point looks like just inside the 8, around the 8-7 yard line.
Yeah, looks about right.
But a prime opportunity.
Too many lines on the field. We got circles and black.
You got soccer, you got field hockey. What else you got on here? Lacrosse.
Oh.
High snap to Foley, handoff Menardo up the middle. And Joey Gillen is there again in the backfield. He's a menace on defense.
Yeah, that's about the third time there's been a high snap that's really messed up the timing of the offense here. It's been tough. And their quarterback looks like he's about 6'3". And it's been high snaps, but they got to get that ball down.
We might be approaching double digits in terms of high snaps today for that St. John Vianney offense. There were some quick whistles on the field, and
Menardo's going
no timeout. But as you mentioned, Steve, Menardo is going to walk gingerly off the field once again, so he'll sub out. Teray is going to be back in. He'll be the primary back, so they're going to resume the clock here.
He's taking a beating today so far, but he keeps coming back. I give him credit.
And he does. 6.5 to go in the third quarter. Lancers have had the ball the entire time, trying to keep the Hammonton offense off the field. Foley in the shotgun, trips to the left.
Little misalignment.
That was Daniel Breen shifting, number 44. Foley trying to get a hard count here. Handoff. Teray up the middle, bounces off. Now cutting back to the right side, and he's met by a host of Hammonton defenders. They're all over the field. Joey Gillen leading the charge once again. Look like Andrew Wayner also in on that stop.
That's a good as 1 yard gain run you're going to see. He broke about 6 tackles. It bounces, tackle. Man, it's really a good run on the replay there. Game 1, but I'll tell you what, he earned every one of those.
Got to give Josiah Miller some credit on the stop, too. Number 33 for Hammonton at that linebacker position. Coming across the field, trying to track down Teray. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Seems like they've really struggled in the red zone so far the couple times they've been here. A lot of pressure from the Hammonton defense.
And if you're the Lancers, Steve, if you don't get this here, do you settle for a field goal or just go for at this point go for the touchdown?
Yeah, I think you have to go for a touchdown.
Pistol formation again. Teray in the backfield. It's Foley in the shotgun. Trips to the left. Back, fade route, right side. Marcel is there, and it's intercepted off the tip. Intercepted. It's meant to hit hard out of bounds, but Hammonton will take over. Ryan Buchanan laying the wood, but a costly interception thrown by Thomas Foley. Blue Devils back with the football with 5:22 remaining in this third quarter.
Yeah, a little fade pattern here. When I see the replay there, I thought there might be a little interference, but no, he just put his arms up. The ball never got to him.
That was a heads-up play right there by Jaden Smith to get his hand up. Usually they might call you for a penalty there because he was face guarding,
yes.
But he held his hand up. He read the eyes of the receiver right there beautifully, got the tip, and you see Anthony Mento get his first interception of the season.
Ryan Buchanan did make the Hammonton defender pay for that interception.
He did.
He rocked him.
Here's Craig in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off. Smith, left side, spinning, carrying guys across the 15-yard line. Gets a decent chunk. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, very seldom do you see Kenny Smith be brought down by one tackler. Even if he makes first contact, he's spinning, his legs are driving. He just has that knack for the yards after contact. He's really an excellent running back.
Manuel Rodriguez, one of the guys in on the stop there for the Lancers. As now Hammonton up big right now, Steve, but you got to think, this is a team that still does primarily run the football. They might try to play a little bit more ball control right here, really wear down St. John Vianney after they had a nice drive.
Yeah, I believe that's what's going to happen. We'll see.
2nd and a long 4. Craig rolls to his right, fires. It is caught. And it's still short of the first down, it looks like, upon first inspection. Let's see what they do here. That was caught by Dowdy.
course, as soon as we said they're going to run the ball, they come out throwing.
Of course they do. Initial impression, it was a third down, but they are going to move the sticks, so Justin Dowdy makes the catch to get a first down, and the Blue Devils will get a fresh set.
Yeah, that's definitely the confidence in Drew Craig. Hammonton in the past, I don't think would be throwing the ball this much.
Well, Craig showed he can air it out. 42-yard touchdown pass to the running back, Kenny Smith, earlier. That was back in the first quarter. Craig on 1st and 10. A little jet sweep action right here. That's Moore trying to get to the edge along the sideline, roped out of bounds. And that'll be another Hammonton first down as Gavin Richter tosses him to the sideline.
And we've talked about it, so much, but Kenny Smith, again, out in front of that play, made 2 really good blocks. I mean, he's a complete football player. Usually the running backs, this level, you're that running back catching the ball, carrying the ball all the time. You come out and you shield block a little bit, but no, he's a football player. He stuck his nose in there and made a couple of real nice blocks. Coaches love that.
Smith is starting to get a couple of looks, according to head coach Jim Razzo, told me earlier this summer. Monmouth, of course, interested. Craig dropping straight back. Tosses left side. That one is...
Good catch.
Looked like it was dropped by Smith for a second. Looked like he bobbled it, though, and actually reeled it in. That'll be a catch for Jaden Smith. Decent pickup, second down.
Yeah, good hands there. As you said, the ball's away from his body and catches it with his hands. His 6 foot, 150-pound senior, Jaden Smith, with the catch.
Might have pinned it against his left thigh there to reel it in.
I'm jealous these high school players playing in an atmosphere like this. They had
Gorgeous
nice
out.
stuff growing up. I mean, it is gorgeous. Facilities unbelievable.
Nice way to kick off the season.
Absolutely.
2:30 to go in this third quarter. Handoff goes to Smith up the middle. Has a seam, and there he goes. Kenny Smith off to the races. Touchdown, number 5. Hammonton up big.
60 yards. Kenny Smith breaking tackles, and he is gone.
A tremendous run by Smith, though. We have a flag down near the end zone afterwards.
Maybe a celebration penalty.
Touchdown is good. 34-0.
I'm going to wait to see what this call is. Referees are conferencing. Right now it's 34-0 Hammonton.
I didn't see him do anything, but I think we missed a replay.
Yeah,
but
touchdown counts, it looks like, as head coach Jim Razzo is trying to figure out what's going on over there.
Got to be celebration penalty or something. Yep.
So we're getting word that is celebrating. Coach Razzo is not too steamed about that one, so I think he'll let that one kind of slide, we'll say.
Kovac for the point.
Yep, here it is. Ball snap. Good. Up on the way. It's good. 35-0 Hammonton. 2:12 to play in the third quarter. Been all Blue Devils this afternoon at Battle at the Beach. We'll step aside, take a quick break right here on Cape Atlantic Live.
If you're planning to build a home, make your first step a visit to Halliday Leonard. Halliday Leonard will consult you on your design and assist the development of your custom home. They build single homes that will fit most any budget, plus condominiums, townhouses, and commercial buildings. Get your ideas together and take them to Halliday Leonard, 700 Haven Avenue in Ocean City, or phone 609-398-5737. Halliday Leonard will help make your dream home a reality.
Frozen cappuccino for Curtis. Mango smoothie for Curtis. Hey, Curtis. Strawberry banana smoothie.
That's me. Oh, this is so exciting.
Smoothies, frozen cappuccinos, and more. Made fresh just for you. Gotta have a Wawa.
Hey, babe, wait. I think I got one more coming.
Late in this third quarter, 35-0 Hammonton. They've been rolling this afternoon. Nick Costco alongside Steve Parker right here on Cape Atlantic Live. And a game we thought might have been a little bit closer, Steve. I know it's a young St. John Vianney team, and they did come out swinging, but the Hammonton defense has been too much for them today.
Yeah, after the early turnover, it's been all Hammonton, as you said. One drive by St. John Vianney stopped.
That's Campagna on the return, trying to get to the edge across the 40-yard line towards the sideline, getting past midfield and finally being brought down. So St. John Vianney is going to have good field position across midfield. But with that, we are going to get a running clock now due to the deficit faced here by St. John Vianney. It's a 35-point deficit. I believe now that the New Jersey rule is 33 points at any point in the game. They just start running that clock. So definitely over that mark right now. So the Lancers trying to get anything going into next week's game, while Hammonton already probably can't wait for their next one as well. They don't get home. They don't play a home game, Steve, for quite a bit. Hammonton.
There's a couple of schools this year that don't do it. Oh, we got another penalty against St. John Vianney.
Looks like a holding call.
Yep.
And that'll bring him back.
Well, St. John Vianney actually had, when they fielded the ball on the kickoffs, they've had a couple of really good returns. But, of course, they had two of them that they fumbled and almost lost in position. But the turnovers have really killed them. And Hammonton's really taking advantage of their misplays.
Yeah, again, it's been all Hammonton this afternoon. Early movement up front, and that's going to be a penalty, looks like, on the Blue Devils. As you saw, Donald Church come across the line of scrimmage. So St. John Vianney will get some penalty yards back. Coming up for Hammonton, Steve, they have Cherokee next Thursday on the road, and then they're on the road again on Friday of September 8th against Highland Regional. 1st and 5 here for Foley. Hard count. They'll hand it off Minardo, trying to get to the left side. Bounced off one man, and he's brought down near the 35-yard line. Looks like Julius Witcher again in on that stop, and that'll be a loss of about 2, so 2nd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, he's a 5'9", 175-pound sophomore linebacker, so he's very active today.
We were talking during the break, Steve, about Hammonton's tough schedule this year. Cherokee and Highland both on the road the next couple of weeks. Highland actually will play here on Sunday. I'll have the call with that one with George McNally. They're taking on Timber Creek at the 7 p.m. game on Sunday, the final game of this year's Battle at the Beach. But Hammonton does not have a home game until Thursday, September 14th, and that'll finally bring us to the end of the third quarter. Just a reminder, of course, that Wawa hoagies are made with delicious ingredients on a freshly baked roll. Now you can add fresh mozzarella to any hoagie. Whatever hoagie you prefer, Wawa hoagies are made just for you. Gotta have a Wawa. 35-0 Hammonton, head into the fourth quarter. Blue Devils up big on Cape Atlantic Live.
Sixth Street Pizza and Grill is open daily from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. weekdays and 11 until 10 on weekends at 6th Street in the Boardwalk in Ocean City, right at Gillian's Wonderland Pier. 6th Street Pizza and Grill not only serves varieties of delicious pizza, but hot and cold subs, salads, hot dogs, and their special Angus burgers. And they have free delivery and daily specials. Phone 6th Street Pizza and Grill, 609-525-0022. 6th Street Pizza and Grill, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City.
Frozen cappuccino for Curtis. Mango smoothie for Curtis. Hey, Curtis. Strawberry banana smoothie.
That's me. Oh, this is so exciting.
Smoothies, frozen cappuccinos, and more. Made fresh just for you. Gotta have a Wawa.
Hey, babe, wait. I think I got one more coming.
Fourth quarter time now. It's Foley immediately on 2nd and 7, getting it out to Marcelo on the right sideline. Makes a couple men miss, and he's still going, and he's finally run out of bounds. Good play to catch back up to him. That was Gabriel Wayner. But a big first down, a big pickup there for the Lancers. We mentioned Steve, and of course Nick Costco alongside Steve Parker here on Cape Atlantic Live. Battle at the Beach here in 2023. Of course, brought to you by PrimeEvents.net and Crossover Productions right here on Cape Atlantic Live. Steve, this has been all Hammonton today. Running clock is in effect, but St. John Vianney still swinging, trying to get something going before they head into next week's ball game.
Yeah, it's been all Kenny Smith show. Not that their offensive defensive line has been tremendous, but Kenny Smith is such a special athlete. He really is. a little early movement there.
Yeah, this will be a false start on the Lancers. Speaking of St. John Vianney, they will head to Marlboro on September 2nd. That's their next game.
Hammonton's rosters, they've got some, they got some seniors, they got some underclassmen who are really contributing, doing a good job for them. So, this looks like they're, they've got a program going now. It's not even 1 year or 2 years they got. They really, Craig's only a junior, the quarterback, you talk about him. Kenny Smith is only a junior.
Yeah, it's amazing how good Smith is. He was already a star as a freshman, and last year he had a tremendous season, 23 total touchdowns. I mean, he's got 5 today, so he's already on pace.
Your quarterback and your running back are back next year. I mean, think about that. That's a good place to start.
And Craig's shown some things this year.
Absolutely.
Beg your pardon, this afternoon. That's Campagna with the catch across the 45-yard line after the penalty. So he gets the penalty yards back and a little bit more, so it'll be second down for the Lancers. You mentioned Craig and Smith being back for 2024. Of course, we're only in game number 1 of the 23 season, but it's good to know if you're Hammonton that this is going to be a nice combo for next year, as well as Craig came in as a transfer from Williamstown.
Christian Medina, also the junior, 6'3", 235, one of the best offensive linemen. I mean, this is going to be a very, very good team again next year.
And Jim Razzo definitely has quite the roster to compete for a state title this year and perhaps next year as well. Teray gets the call across the 40-yard line. It'll be third down and short. Hammonton, Steve, remember, as we welcome people back into the broadcast, in case you're just joining us, Nick Costco alongside Steve Parker. Hammonton was rolling last year, 9-3. The South Jersey Group 4 runner-ups in 2022 lost to eventual state champion Millville. Of course, the Blue Devils have a bit of a bad taste in their mouth. They had a fourth-quarter lead over the Thunderbolts, who went on to defeat another South Jersey team, Mainland, in the state semifinals before winning a state title last year at Rutgers University. And Hammonton was right there. Make the argument, if they win that game, they're going to have a nicely contested one against Mainland. Hand off to Teray. Lost the football. It is picked up by the Blue Devils. Another turnover for the Lancers. Gavin Breezes with the recovery.
Yeah, that's the way things roll when your team's going good and you're just struggling to make things happen and turnovers. And that's just good form tackle there, and the ball came out. Good stick there. It looked like number 50, I believe, for Hammonton.
That'd be Gabriel Wayner.
Yep.
And Garvin Breezes with the recovery there for the Blue Devils. Make sure those kids get their due. And again, we have a running clock situation because it's over a 33-point lead for Hammonton, up 35-0.
We've got Breon Cobbs, the sophomore quarterback, in the game now for Hammonton.
So Drew Craig is out. Breon Cobbs, also a wide receiver, he's also listed as a wide receiver, but he is one of the backup quarterbacks. He'll get some time right now, as some of the Hammonton backups are going to start getting some playing time here in this fourth quarter, as Frederick Weiss got the carry for a decent chunk. 2nd and 5 coming up for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, he's a 5'10 junior running back. Get some new numbers, get some experience here.
Yep, can't hurt. Again, running clock, so we have a little over 7.5 minutes to play in this ball game. Hammonton well on their way to a 1-0 start to this 2023 campaign. So Cobbs will come out in the shotgun. And he's got Weiss to his left. Play fake. Cobbs will take off, run himself, lowers the shoulder, gets forward, and he's close to the first down mark. I tried to reach. Might just be about a half-yard short, but there's something else, another dynamic to the offense there, Steve. And Breon Cobbs is only a sophomore, and if he's one of the guys for the future at quarterback, and already he's just showing off the little bit more of a read option look as well. Didn't see Craig really run too much this afternoon. Didn't really have to. Yeah. It was the Kenny Smith show, and of course Craig had a few nice passes, but Breon Cobbs has that athleticism right there to also take off and run, and it's got to be the lime green cleats.
That's got to be the lime green. You can see them. You know who he is.
3rd and short. Handoff. That's Weiss again. Got stood up, but not before he crossed the line to gain. It's a first down for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, you're starting to see some other guys get some experience here on both teams. You got James Ramirez in there now, defensive back for St. John Vianney. They've got a couple other guys that are making some tackles for him. Gavin Richter. I'd like to get those names in here. Some of the guys who only opportunity to get to play, sometimes. And it's a good experience for them, especially in an atmosphere like this.
Cooper Delgado checks in for the Blue Devils. New running back next to Cobbs in the backfield. Might get an opportunity here. Cobbs will give it to him, but he's met in the backfield that time. Good tackle there by McCormick. That'll be a loss. Called about a 1 to 2 yard loss. Second down coming up, under 6 minutes to play. Fourth quarter, Hammonton just kind of sitting on the ball here. Maybe get a couple first downs here and put this one away. At least in terms of the time, Hammonton was out in front big, 28-0 at halftime, and kind of cruised their way to this big lead in the second half.
Only took me to 5 minutes left in the game, not realize I had to look at the scoreboard. It's on a monitor here at the time. I kept looking at the clock down there. Really observant.
Well, it's good to know that at Cape Atlantic Live we are into the 21st century.
Yeah, replay,
2 cameras, graphics. Of course, we've had that for a couple years now, of course, but yeah. Cobbs will try to take it off himself and lowers the shoulder, gets across the 45 before he goes out of bounds. And again, that speed right there, he's able to duck under a couple defenders and he gained back a few yards on the keeper. It'll be third down. And Cobbs is listed as a corner, a quarterback, and a wide receiver. So this guy can do it all.
Make good athletes anymore in high school. That's what he put him. They put him at quarterback.
That's the way of the world now with these offenses.
Oh, at every level.
Yeah. Especially if you can safely run as a quarterback these days. They used to say, well, those running quarterbacks won't last, and now they're lasting a little bit longer.
Yeah, well, they've changed the rules to protect them a lot. That helps.
Of course. 3rd and 7. Cobbs will hand it off. That's to the left side. Josiah Miller getting to the edge. First down and more. Trying to lunge towards the 30-yard line before he's finally brought down.
They're affectionately known as the Tom Brady rules.
And just for the viewing audience out there, we're not talking about the tuck rule.
No.
We're talking about just protecting the quarterback.
Yes.
Good and bad for the game, if you can say. If you like defense, maybe it's not as good for the game, but it is good for the game.
You can't tackle them below the knees. You obviously can't tackle them above the shoulders.
Right.
And, you understand it, but it's
the leg thing for me is what you need to outlaw, which obviously they have, but that was the biggest thing for me. You don't want to hit those quarterbacks low and shatter their knees on a play that's already done.
No. Sometimes when you're on the ground, you're reaching up. It's tough. You got to stand up to make the tackle. It's evolution of the game. That's what it is.
Bouncing off one man goes Frederick Weiss. He'll gain decent chunk there on that first down play. And about 2nd and 5 coming up for Hammonton. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Ball spotted just inside 26. Just a reminder, of course, approximately at 4 o'clock, maybe a little bit earlier, because this is a running clock, but kickoff time is slated for 4 o'clock. Millville, Toms River North, matchup of the 2 defending state champions in Group 4 and Group 5, respectively. Millville and Toms River North, Mike Frankel and Mark Narducci on the call for that one right here at Cape Atlantic Live. On second down, the handoff goes to Weiss once more, gets forward. Got a few more, about a gain of, we'll call it 3.5 or so. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, a little 2 minutes left here. We talked about all Hammonton and Kenny Smith show, but Hammonton's defense, too, has played very well, extremely well. A couple times that St. John Vianney did have drives going, they made the big play when necessary and has kept them out of the end zone. I'm sure that they're ecstatic with having a shutout in the first game, no matter how inexperienced the offense is for St. John Vianney.
3rd and 2. Weiss in the backfield. Cobbs in the shotgun. Caden Gamble lined up wide to the left. It'll be Weiss on the carry, getting forward, and he will have enough for a Hammonton first down. Looking at the strength indexes, Steve, coming into the preseason, this one, Hammonton nearly at a 76 per the NJSIAA. St. John Vianney just a shade under 65. Then look at the next game. Toms River North and Millville. Toms River North, you think they have a lot of guys back? 91.5 is their strength index.
That's
Don't ask me about the math on that strength index, but I will say that Toms River North is a loaded team coming back here in 2023. Millville only had a 78.06.
That's
and
hard
they're
to believe.
considered a state title contender again this year.
Aren't they ranked in front of Toms River North at this point right now in some of the polls, NJ?
I would think so, but
Yeah.
the strength index does not say so. Cobbs will take a knee under a minute to play, so now it's down to victory formation for the Blue Devils. And again, it was all Hammonton here this afternoon. They will go on to 1-0 on the season. Again, they are at Cherokee on August 31st. St. John Vianney will head to Marlboro September 2nd in week, I guess we have to call that week 1. This is technically week 0
Week
for
zero, yes.
high school football as well as college football beginning tomorrow as well. So one final kneel down there for Breon Cobbs, and that will officially do it as both teams head over to midfield to shake hands. Hammonton is your winner here this afternoon at Battle at the Beach. 35-0 over St. John Vianney. Steve, again, this is a Hammonton team we're going to have to watch all fall long and see if they can get back to the playoffs and make a run towards a state title. They certainly seem like they have the talent to do so.
Very impressive. We talked Kenny Smith a lot, but I'll tell you what, very impressive. Drew Craig, the new quarterback, did a great job, and we can't talk enough about the offensive and defensive line. We mentioned Christian Medina numerous times. He led the charge, but Andrew Weiner had a nice job as middle linebacker defensively, and they just, both sides of the ball, they just really, really were efficient. Very, very well coached, except for the punt team. Coach is going to talk about that.
Yeah,
he's not going to be happy about that. But no, really, just tremendous game all around for Hammonton.
No doubt, Steve. You will be back here on Sunday at 1 o'clock for Cedar Creek and Matawan with Mike Gill, and I'll be back as well at 7 o'clock on Sunday for Timber Creek Highland alongside George McNally. Millville, Toms River North coming up at approximately 4 o'clock with Mike Frankel and Mark Narducci. And I would say next week, Mainland and Ocean City. Speaking of Ocean City, we're at Ocean City for Battle of the Beach. Ocean City heads to Mainland next week on a Friday. We'll have that right here on Cape Atlantic Live. Big rivalry here in South Jersey, so be sure to look out for that on our YouTube channel. Big thanks to our entire crew this afternoon. Bill Shalcross for pushing all the buttons, getting us on the air, and playing those wonderful Wawa commercials as well. For my broadcast partner, Steve Parker, I am Nick Costco saying so long once again. Hammonton defeats St. John Vianney 35-0 at Battle of the Beach here in 2023. Stay tuned. Millville, Toms River North, coming up around 4 o'clock right here on Cape Atlantic Live.
Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th Street in the Boardwalk in Ocean City, is a popular summer destination. Gillian's will be open until 9:30 this weekend and through Labor Day weekend, and they'll give you a chance to enjoy their amusement rides every weekend in September. The summer continues through September at Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online at gillians.com.
What makes a Wawa club? Is it the crispy bacon on the turkey BLT? The endless layers of flavor of the buffalo chicken salad? Or is it a secret handshake? Nah. At Wawa, there's a club for everyone. Find yours today.
You can see the complete conversation with legendary coaches Paul Rodeo and Paul Sacco from Iliano's Restaurante in Hammonton by going to primeevents.net.